The New York Supreme Court ruled that the private Orthodox Jewish Yeshiva University must officially recognize an LGBTQ student group. Yeshiva suspended all student groups as a response. On September 24th, 2022, U Pride Alliance agreed to not force the university to recognize the student group during the duration of the lawsuit. Today we have Daniel Hicks, who is a John Brown University student. He chose his university for religious reasons. And he is joining us to discuss the impact of states forcing religious schools to not follow their beliefs and how this has an impact on students. I'm Kate Hirzel, and you're watching Hot Take. Daniel, it's great to have you on. Can you walk us through what's happening at Yeshiva University?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Kate. I really appreciate it. So the Yeshiva University case is really quite interesting. So Yeshiva is a modern Orthodox Jewish university. And most recently, they've been in the news because they've had what's called the Yeshiva University Pride Alliance, which is an LGBTQ plus organization of students that have sought to become a recognized student organization on Yeshiva's campus. Yeshiva was denying them recognition as an official organization on campus. So the group decided to file a suit, and it's been going through the court system. Most recently, the Supreme Court refused to take the case right now, sending it back into the New York courts and the appellate courts. And shortly after that decision, Yeshiva decided to announce that all of their student organizations, all of their extracurriculars would be put on halt so that no organizations would be recognized at this point.
You chose your university because of religious reasons. Can you walk us through that decision?
Absolutely. So I attend a small private Christian college in Arkansas called John Brown University, and it's a member of what's called the Council for Christian Colleges and Universities. It's a national organization with several Christian institutes of higher education. And it's just a community that allows a similar moral framing as well as intellectual and scholastic curriculum. So I chose my college because of that very reason. It professed explicitly that it was in the business of forming people morally, intellectually, and vocationally. So I saw all of the moral claims and the requirements that would be made on the students, and I explicitly chose that organization. And I have a feeling that there's many members of the CCCU, many students who do the same, as well as students who attend Yeshiva University, who explicitly state that their mission is to interpret Torah, their holy scriptures, faithfully, as well as preparing people for the wider real world.
And what do you think the implications of this New York Supreme Court case could mean?
There are very many implications. I just talked about the Council for Christian Colleges and Universities. One school in that organization is Seattle Pacific University in Washington. It's a private religious school. And whereas the controversy with Seattle Pacific University is not over recognizing an LGBTQ student group, they do have hiring policies that prohibit members of the LGBTQ community from being brought on as faculty or staff at their university. And so there's been quite the controversy. There's been student groups that have been protesting within Seattle Pacific in their offices and administrative buildings, as well as threats of lawsuits against the university for unfair and illegal discrimination. So the parallels are actually quite striking between cases with the CCCU as well as Yeshiva University. And I think the implications as far as religious freedom and freedom of conscience, there's parallels between these cases as well.
Why do you think that students go to a religious university where they know the university will practice said religion And then the students try to change the university's beliefs.
Yeah, so I have to admit it is a bit confounding why these students seek out and go to these explicitly and overtly religious institutions. And I can only speculate, but I imagine that it's a form of a kind of moral crusade that seeks to impose a particular vision or a particular interpretation of their holy scriptures, a particular vision of the moral community, and to force conformity on these institutions, but also the students within these institutions. So essentially what it's saying is our interpretation and our moral framework is the superior one. You have to take a step back, and you are not allowed to faithfully, in good conscience or reasonably form opinions that dissent from ours. And so it's really a moral crusade that seeks conformity on the institutions, but also on the fellow students as well.
We really appreciate you coming on to speak with us. I'm Kate Hirzel, and that was Hot Take.